we are living in a negative interest rate scenario. So for example, if we invest rupees 100, we are going to get 105 rupees. But the expenses or the because of the inflation that the commodity will cost 106 rupees. And let me tell you one more thing. If you get 105 rupees in your account after investment, the point is there would be a tax deduction. Okay, and the tax deduction, your actual rate of return will be far more negative, not 1%, probably it would be 2% negative. So you won't be able to save with the normal fixed deposits. So hence inflation has to be counted at a very and we need to calculate inflation in a proper way so that net we gain and we do not lose against inflation. Okay, so the current inflation rate for this particular year, which is which you can see out here, but the last figures which have came out in August, it is October, it has come to 7.61%. So we have considered average of 6%, but currently it is 7.61%. So it varies. It can be low as 5%, 4%, depends. But an average basis, it is 6%. But But there is something known as lifestyle inflation also that we'll discuss in a moment. So inflation basically eats up your saving over time. Inflation is basically eating up your savings over time. Hence, we need to check on our inflations, which is very important. Next is we have just covered this in terms of the gold prices. That in 2010 the average price of gold was 18,500. And today it is somewhere around 51,000 rupees. Okay, so that is 11% increase each year, which is very high. So our inflation, the average inflation is around 6%, but the lifestyle inflation, which I said, is around 10%. Now, how it is 10%, I will explain you in some time. Before that, let's go through a couple of questions. If your monthly expenses is rupees 1 lakh per month, after 10 years, assuming 6% inflation, how much that amount is going to be? Can you guys answer in the chat box, please? What would be 1 lakh rupees after 10 years, assuming inflation of 6%? You can use calculators, guys, not a problem. So let's see. And we have some options for you. Anybody would like to? I'm waiting for some answers to come. Anybody? Mr. Pratik, Mr. Utkarsh, Manisha. So, like it's too much to calculate, it seems. So let's discuss the answer. The answer is 1.8 lakh rupees. So it's basically doubling in 10 years. What you can buy today for 100, in the next 10 years, it is going to be 200 rupees. No, Mrinar, it's 1.8 lakhs. So we are doubling. So the inflation rate, what we are understanding, is far less. It is very high. Question 2. Now, if your monthly expense is rupees 1 lakhs per month, how much monthly expenditure would be in 20 years? Assume again inflation rate is straight, simple 6 lakhs. Kindly anybody your guesses? What it could be or how much it could be? I'm waiting for the answers. 2.5, Mrinal. Anybody else? Apurva 2.5 again. Okay, you got two answers of 2.5. So you think again it will get double or something? But I think let's check out the answer. It is 3.2. So basically in 20 years, it's going to be triple, a little more than that. So again, inflation is far higher than what we anticipate. It is higher than our anticipation. Please understand that. So now let's do it for 30 years, guys. Come on, tell me what would be the answer for 30 years? Give me some good answers. At least someone has to be correct. For 30 years, what would be the rate of inflation? 6.55. Okay. One is 6.5, one is 5. Mr. Rampati says 5. So Vishwas is saying 6. Nikunj 5.8. Okay. Shita, Dipti, Doble, Pode. Yes. Okay. So all of you guys, if you are right, whomsoever said 5.8 is absolutely correct. So it's basically in 30 years, it's going to be 6 times. Okay. Now let me tell you one more thing. I'll give you a very small example. 30 years back, okay, around the rate of salt was rupees 2 per kgs. Okay, now it is 20 rupees per kg. Same Tata salt, nothing has changed. The same old iodized namak, nothing else has changed. It is 20 rupees now. 30 years ago it was 2 rupees. So what has been added is only a zero, and you will understand the value of a zero now. So because of the inflation, and this is a very standard commodity. It is not that, it's a luxury commodity or something like that. It is one of the most standard commodity which is not grown, or it is only processed in factories. It is taken from the ocean, processed in the factories and distributed. Simple. But that has grown 10 times in 30 years. So that is what inflation eats out. So hence, okay. So inflation. So I would also like to discuss about lifestyle inflation. So what is lifestyle inflation basically? Lifestyle inflation is nothing but, for example, how whenever you start your journey in your career, you don't never drive the same car. Probably you start with a Maruti and probably you want to go with a Mercedes at that by the time you retire. So that is the progression. So in between there would be a higher version of Maruti. Probably from you start from an Alto, it will go to Swift Desire. Later on it will go to an Honda probably, and then probably it will end up with a Mercedes. So this is how your progression goes, and that is your lifestyle inflation, and that is usually around 10%. A different example I can give you is, probably you start with a normal phone. We all started probably with a Nokia phone, but later on you start with an iPhone. Okay, so probably later on, probably you'll go with a designer phone. We never know. So the point is, this is the kind of lifestyle inflation we go into. One more very good example I can give you is this children's school fees. School fees is increased by 10%. I don't know how many parents are listening to this conversation of ours, but if somebody, if any parents are there, what is the average hike of school fees? Can anybody tell, please? What I assume is approximately around 10% on a yearly basis. So if it is around 10%, and if you are counting the inflation as 6%, we are wrong in that case. So our lifestyle inflation is somewhere around 10%. Any parents in the house? If anybody can reply on the chat. Nilesh, I know you are there. So let's see. So when to start retirement planning? So these are the life stages we are usually into, and we give priority to other things also, and we have other priorities. It's just that we don't start. So my point is, whether you start small or big, at least start. Making a start is a big step. Okay, so one should see and start as early as possible. probably at 25 we start earning, but we never start investing. That is the big problem. We want to fulfill all our dreams. We want to buy the latest camera phone. We want to buy the latest jeans. We want to buy the latest makeup kit and stuff like that. So we should never fall into those traps, or probably want to just party around, go hard on a Saturday now and put our hair down. So these are the things which is usually the youth faces, and they don't invest. They only spend. So my suggestion would be one should always start as early as possible. Okay. Next, and then there are different life goals. So one should consider those life goals and accordingly invest little bit in your investment also, in your retirement also. Okay, so don't give excuses. Otherwise, in your old age, there would be nothing left, and probably you will have to rely on your kids. So that is something one should not do. Okay. I think I have a small video which I can share with you guys. Uh, okay, here it is. Just share a video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I hope you all okay. Some Utkarsha said okay, okay, not able to hear. So should I play it again? The video? I think so. Nobody was able to hear. I'll just play that video again. I think so. There was some problem with the audio. I'll just put that video again so that everybody was able to hear it. Just I think so. There was a small glitch. Small technical glitch. Just a moment. Give me a moment. I'll just share it again so that you guys can actually hear it. Okay. I hope everybody can see and hear. Um, so I hope everybody was able to hear now the video. So it shows that only 5% were able to actually maintain their standard of living, or could have, or had a better standard of living than what they had pre-retirement. Okay. So my point is one should save as early as possible, because there is no point being dependent on someone. Or what is the point if you have to work? So around 23% of people were still working after retirement. So it totally upon us to, uh, enable us to uh, start investing and be independent. Okay. So I'll share the presentation again, so that we will start from where we were. Okay. So point is, start early. So why to start retirement planning early? There is a small example for that. Two people, Ram and Sham, started saving. So Mr. Ram started saving 10,000 rupees at the age of 20 through SIP, saved till 30, only 10 years, and then stopped. And lets it money stay invested till the retirement age, that is 60. Mr. Sham started the same amount of 10,000, but at the age of 30 through SIP, and keeps investing throughout his retirement, that is till 60. So basically one is investing only for 10 years, the other investing the whole 30 years. Okay, now here is a small poll for okay. So who do you think has made more money, Mr. Ram or Mr. Sham, at the end of the day? Who has made more money, Mr. Ram or Mr. Sham has made more money at the end of the day? Okay, Ram. Mr. Sunny is saying Ram. Okay, Dipti, Ram. Why? Can you be precise? Why? Okay. And what could be the difference between the two? So let's find out. Okay. So here, Mr. Sham, retirement corpus is 3 years. So after investment, he is making 3 crores of corpus. After 30 years of investment, he is making 3 crores of corpus. That is for Mr. Sham. And Mr. Ram, he is making a corpus of 6.7 crores, more than double. Okay. So here's the difference. So all of you said Ram because of the time value of money. Yes, Mr. Gaurav, 100% correct. So let's see. And we are assuming a return of around 12% in our SIPs. Okay. So here is the difference table. So the principal invested by Ram is 12 lakhs. Mr. Sham invested 36 lakhs. Duration was 40 years. Duration is 30 years for Mr. Sham. Interest rate is both, but the corpus difference, the retirement corpus, is far different. It's more than double for Mr. Ram. So hence, early investment gives you the benefit. Okay. So this is the lifestyle inflation which I was discussing about. So this is more or less already discussed. So I won't put much focus on here. Okay. So I'll skip this and go ahead. So what happens when you start saving at different stages of life? So we have made a table of one saving at different stages of life and what could be effect on your retirement corpus. So let's go that. And this is how we are going. What if these are the different age groups and these are the different percentage saving of their income? Okay. And this is how we progress. And so this is the progress. So let's go with the calculations. So this is a person 20 years of age and he has invested all his life till 40. Okay, and he invests 10% or invest 50% of his saving. As you can see, the salary at the start is only 1.8 lakh, and we are giving an increment also, so that as per the standard procedure, and later on he reaches on to a good point of around 80 lakhs of salary in the annual basis, and this saving will last for 80 plus years. So if you are saying 50% more of your annual salary, you will have good amount of corpus. Okay. Then we'll check for the 30% savings. Here, the guy says 30% from the age of 20. Okay. Again, this saving will last more than 80 years after his retirement. So 60 to 80, above 80 also, it will last a good amount, and that would be very useful. So this is a calculation which we have done for the age of 20. Okay, with the salary starting again from 1.8, but the saving is only 30%. What if a person saves only 10%? 10%, it will last till 77 years. Please check out, it will last only till 77 years, from 60 to 77, basically 17 years after retirement. So even if you save 10%, you could be getting a good corpus. What we have also considered is a lifestyle inflation everywhere and a salary hike. Okay. Now we are going for the age group of 35. Again, if the guy saves 50% of the salary starting from 35, he will not be able to save and till the life of 80, till the full retirement span of 80 years. So his saving will last only till the age of 74. Similar comparison, for 30 years, the savings would be only till the age of 69, and for 10% it would be only 63. Only 3 years more he can survive on the expense of his expenses. Okay. Now similar studies we have done in age 50 also. So from 50 years, if a guy say 50%, the income will last, or the corpus will last for 67 years. Basically 7 years more after retirement. For 30%, it will last 63 years, basically 3 years more after retirement. And for 10%, it will last only 1 year. Only 1 year. So this is the kind of study which we have made, and hence we are telling you that early you start, the better it is. So now we have compared it all together. At the age of 60, if one says 50% of the salary, if the person is 20 years, 35 years and 50 years, this is the amount one will receive at the age of 60, and after the age of 80, okay, this is the amount which will be there in the account. So basically, if someone is very young, a 30% saving is far better. Okay, even 10% is good, but 10% might be a little short. So one can increase to a certain extent. But if somebody is 35, he needs to save a lot more than only 50% for him to last his lifetime. So these are the studies done from our side. So time is money, and more the time, more will be the wealth created. So you need to give more amount of time for wealth to create. Basically compounding kicks in. Okay. And this is the, okay. Now we are doing one more comparison on how you can save a good amount of money. So this is the costing to raise a child. Okay. This is roughly 67 lakhs rupees. Okay. In a lifetime, in the current scenario. Okay. Education, higher education, marriage, school, all the things, education, food, healthcare, clothing, entertainment, transportation, miscellaneous, housing, everything has been taken into consideration. Okay. And this expense is usually very high. So this amounts to 64 lakhs. Okay. So 64 lakhs from conception to college, and for college at the current prices. So if we take inflation into consideration, it is 1.7 crores with 6% inflation. And mind you, what I've told is the current inflation is 6%, but lifestyle inflation is 10%. So that would be more higher. Okay. So if 10%, it would be far more higher. And if the inflation rate we are considering 3%, it is only 1 crore of this. But I would say one needs to take a higher inflation rate because of the lifestyle inflation. Now, this is the breakup given of how the expenses might undertake. Education takes up the major chunk. School fees currently in Mumbai in a good school currently it is 1 lakh rupees per year. It is more in some good schools or some hi-fi schools, you can say so, and accordingly vice versa. Housing, you can say a 10 to 15% increase because one need to shift from a smaller to bigger house. Entertainment, clothing, food, etc. Again, all the costs are being added here. Okay, so why I'm sharing this? Very simple. Retirement planning is like your second child. Usually nowadays people are having usually one kid. So if you feel that saving 50% or 30% or 10% is difficult for you guys, so there's an alternative to that. Whatever you spend on your current child, okay, or the number, assume that you have one more child, and whatever you spend on child A, invest a same amount, okay, think as a imagine you have a second child and invest that amount. Whatever you spend on child A, invest that amount and you will generate your retirement corpus without any problem. So whether your child takes care of you or not, but the corpus generated after investment which you have generated by investing, thinking of as a second child, that will surely come to your rescue. So most of the Indians are dependent on their children's for their retirement. Instead, do retirement planning and be independent. That is the plan. Assume retirement planning as your second child, which is already discussed here, and invest the same amount in investment as you spend on your children's education, food, clothing, trips, etc., and save that money or invest that money. It will give you a very good future for yourself. So this is how one can also do it, retirement planning. I hope I am clear. Anybody has any questions till now? So one can be sure that a dependent, that your second child will be you can depend upon your second child, which is retirement planning for your retirement. So this is the concept. Your child you can enjoy and put the second child and as an imaginary child and invest that income that amount so you get a better retirement for yourself. So we are coming near to the so these are the benefits of retirement planning. Peace of mind, more efficient decisions. So if we know that we have certain amount already parked for our retirement, we can make more effortless decisions for our future life. Peace of mind, but obvious, we know that we are securing our future, hence there will be a peace of mind. Tax benefit, you can save into different tax saving investment. There is NPS, there is tax saving mutual fund, tax saving fixed deposits, then there is PPF, there are n number of instruments like insurance, tulips, etc., P2P lending, etc. So there are n number of instruments. I'm not saying go with one or two instruments. One should always diversify, and one should invest a little in everything. That is what my suggestion would be. Cost saving due to appropriate planning, of course, we can save tax and we can save cost. Whatever is not required, we will not spend on that. Able to beat inflation. So different depends on the type of instrument you invest through. You may be able to beat inflation. Ready to face medical emergency. If there is any medical emergency and if you have good amount of corpus in your retirement planning fund, you can beat those medical emergencies without any problem. Hence, again, retirement planning is a very important tool. Which things to take into consideration while doing retirement planning? Goal setting. One should set goal that this is the amount I require when I retire. That is a simple goal. And how you can reach the goal, that again can be discussed. Okay. Duration. How much time you need for your retirement? Many people want to retire early, want to retire in 40s or 50s. Yes, you can do that. But then how much time and money you want to give to that retirement goal is a question. Identify and compare your income and expense to determine any shortfall and surplus. So you need to check your outgoings and incomings, and accordingly you can balance that in a better way. Review and compare your retirement income options available. So one should always review whatever options they are taking into consideration from time to time. Tax saving, as already discussed, there are number of instruments available for tax saving. Exempt from tax on profit from funds. There are different funds which are exempted from tax that can be are there. So again, one can invest in those funds also. So that is this, and your retirement will be more enjoyable if your income is structured to fit your lifestyle, and if you have developed a retirement plan to protect the assets you have worked hard to acquire. So it is, one should not be thinking, there is something known as reverse mortgage. I don't know if anybody has heard of that. It is like since you don't have income, while buying home, you take money on loan and repay in installments. Okay. In reverse mortgage, it is like you're selling your home, but you will stay, and the bank will give you some amount of money every year, every month to for your expenses, and after some time the house or the flat will go to the bank. So this is known as reverse mortgage. So why you want to put your assets at stake when you can have your own income to protect it? So that is the point. So financial choice is a freedom, not a gift. Okay, so it is a choice we wish to make. And last, avoid touching your nose, eyes, mouth and investment. We have a very bad habit of touching investment for a very simple thing. If we have invested say 100 rupees, and as example, and if that rises by say 10-20%, oh, this has been a good rise, let's remove the profit and let's remove the investment. If I invested 100 rupees, I would again come down to 90 or 80. Oh, this investment is not doing bad, but it's not going any good, it's doing very, very bad. Let's remove and put somewhere else. Again, in both cases, we remove our investments, and we do not let it grow in a compounding manner. Hence, we lose at a larger level. So hence, one should always be with investment. And before we sum it up, there's one more uh, uh, video which I would like to share. Okay.
हेलो,
क्या कर रहा है?
बस थोड़ा काम रैप अप कर रहा हूँ. लंबा वीकेंड है ना.
अरे कितना काम करेगा अंकल की तरह? लंबा वीकेंड है, चल गोवा चलते हैं.
गोवा? ऐसे अचानक कैसे?
अरे अभी गोवा जाने के लिए भी क्या मुहूर्त ढूंढूं? जाएंगे बीच पर, चिल करेंगे.
क्या बात है. और श्रुति को कौन कन्विंस करेगा?
अरे श्रुति को मैंने कन्विंस कर लिया है, और हम भी पैक्ड एंड रेडी हैं. आज रात की फ्लाइट की टिकट भी बुक कर ली है हमने.
टिकट्स भी बुक कर ली? वाह फू तेरा, तेरे से एक कदम आगे सोचता हूँ. चल घर आजा, बैग पैक कर ले जल्दी.
ओके.
जो उम्र की नहीं, खुशियों की प्लानिंग करते हैं, वही तो जिंदगी मनाते हैं.
I hope everybody liked the video. So basically, this is how everybody wants to enjoy their retirement planning. And with this, I would like to thank you, and I'm open the floor for questions. If anybody has any questions, that can be put in the chat box. questions, guys? I think we have a very understanding audience with no questions. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Are there any
There
questions?
is, yeah. There is one question in the chat box by Mrinal Dhuri, and it says that can you suggest some ways to invest or make savings?
There are many ways available, and that depends on your requirement of how one can save. Um, the option starts from say savings account to fixed deposit to mutual funds to equities to even AIS, PMS, and P2P. So depending on what is your requirement exactly, one can save into. The options are plenty. Even NPS is there, PPF is there. So one needs to align to your goal and then invest accordingly. You should always talk to a financial advisor regarding what kind of investment or what kind of risk appetite you want to take, and accordingly you can invest into. I hope I have answered you, Ms. Duri. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, so we have one more question by Viswas, and he says that how we can compare NPS plan of class C and D.
That see, in any NPS, there are different options we need to select, and again, it depends on your risk appetite, sir. What is the risk appetite? Because in NPS the duration is fixed. It will always be as per your because in NPS usually you cannot withdraw money before 60. You can extend till 70, but before 60 you cannot withdraw any money. You need to keep investing yearly, minimum for rupees 1,000, maximum no amount as such. You can invest any money, but again depends on your risk appetite, what type of allocation you are putting into equity, bond fund, and government bonds, stuff like that. That depends again, sir. So planning or comparing would not be possible in that perspective, sir. Mr. Vishwa, correct? So we need to go into your details, what we need to, again, we need to check what kind of your requirement is, and again, we need to specify accordingly.
Hello, sir.
Yes, who is
Hello,
this?
sir. This is Vishwas. Sir,
Yes,
I am that is related to NPS. But
yes.
what what are the plans that is available in the NPS?
So there are, I said, like there are four plans available. One is government securities, bonds, and equity, and one more is there. So one needs to decide how much allocation wants to give. As per their risk allocation, one can give, and accordingly, they can select and they can get the returns accordingly. I hope I have answered your question, Mr. Vishwas.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Most welcome. Anybody else on the line who needs to ask questions or who has a question, we will be happy to answer that. Ah, no. Okay.
We have one more question by Mrinal.
Yes,
She's
Mrinal.
asking, she's asking about is investing in a house a good idea?
Again, ma'am, investing in a house depends on a lot of factor. Which area you're investing into, what kind of property it is, whether it is an whether it is an real estate, whether it's in a commercial or a housing property, or some warehouse, or what location into. So there are many. Either you are building your own house or you're buying a flat in. So there are many permutation combination. If some new development is coming nearby, then the property rate might increase, or there's a lot of factors to depend on mutual fund, and then in a lot of factors for a real estate also. One needs to understand. So to blindly say that this is a very good time to buy a real estate would be wrong, because there's a reverse migration which might happen from cities to smaller towns. People want to because of the work from home culture, people are willing to stay at home and do work, so they are planning to stay at their hometowns, okay, probably in Madhya Pradesh Rajasthan, Bihar, and they don't want to come to Mumbai for work purposes if they have a work from home opportunity. So again, it depends where and what type of property you're taking, what is the cost. So there are a lot of factors in it. But one thing is for sure, if you're buying it for rental yields, then be assured the rental yields on a housing property is usually varies from 2 to 3%, not more than that. So, and again, it would be subject to taxation. So the actual yield would be, or actual return would be less than 3% or 2%, to be very, very frank. I hope I've answered your question, Ms. Duri. So anybody else having any questions? So one can contact me. These are my contact details, and these are my contact details. So if anybody has any questions or want to discuss something in more detail, we can actually check that out later. I mean, we can discuss on to personal level also. Somebody has raised hand, I think so. Just check. Mr. Nilesh Tiwari, Nilesh Tawri. Any questions from your side? You have raised your hand. Okay, I think so. We can sum it up. Mithal, please give information about the next webinar which we are having on the next Saturday, and then we can leave, I think so.
Sure. So first of all, I would like to thank Amit sir for taking out the time and discussing about this topic, which is a really interesting topic nowadays. And I would like our participants to give us a feedback in the chat box, so we can keep in mind that and take it further for the next session. And we are having a next session on 19, that is coming Saturday at the same time, that is 6 p.m. onwards. So I would like all of you to be there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Nikunj. Thank you, Mrinal. Thank you, Vishwa. Thank you, Utkrasha. You can also like our Satya Prakash. You can again share the links of our different channels where you can follow us, so that you can follow us, so that you can be aware of all the upcoming sessions, or any information regarding the financial market can be shared or can be seen by you guys. So try to follow us on all the different channels, so that you can be updated with everything which is going out here. Okay. If anything, if anyone has a personal requirement, that can be discussed offline. Okay, of any kind of information or planning which needs to be done by them for them. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day, good evening. Bye bye.